Hey, what's up, everybody? Coach Matt over here, Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Coming to you today from the home office slash my kids' toy area, which is sort of leaked into my office space. But I wanted to do a quick video for you today, something a little bit different, some rapid fire Q&A. And from time to time, I get really quick questions through either email or on the YouTube channel. People ask me these quick little questions. They don't really warrant a full length video, or they may have already been explained in great detail in another video. So I figured this would be a great way to go over them. So I've got some rapid fire quick questions for you. Excuse me, I'm actually home for the day. My athletes probably think I'm dead because I never take a day out of the gym ever. I am always there. I'm always training these guys and girls. And it's pretty rare that I ever miss a day in the gym, but today happens to be one of those days. I don't have the flu. I have flu-like symptoms, so the doctor still told me that it would be a safe bet to stay home for today. So first kind of comment comes from Nick McGee. Nick says, I swear you're like my second coach. Your videos have helped me out so much on the little things that have big implications on your throw like this. Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much for the comment, first and foremost. Second, you touched on something that is really, really big in the throwing world, and that is that sometimes the little things make the biggest differences. And that's why you always have to be a student to your sport. You always have to continue to learn. You always have to go to camps and clinics. I know coming up, if you're part of our newsletter, you're going to see I'm sending out an email which has pretty much everywhere I'm going to be in the next couple of months with speaking engagements, track coaches, clinics that I'm having at the gym on weekends, and things like that. So continue with your education. Keep going with that. Learn as much as you possibly can. That's how you're going to become a better thrower and a better coach. This next one, I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It looks like just a totally fake name that they just hit the keyboard a bunch of times before sending in the question. It says, more javelin videos, please. Well, you're not going to see more javelin videos from me because javelin videos are really not what I do. I've got a few basic ones up there. Even when I put up the basic ones, a lot of people comment that they're too basic, that they're not in-depth enough. Look, if you were to rank my level of coaching from my best events to my least known events, shot and discus are going to be at the top. Weight is going to be right below that. Hammer right below that. And at the bottom is going to be javelin. Look, I do what I'm good at. I do what I know. And javelin is not my best event. It is not an event that I've ever coached for a extensive period of time. When it comes to the lifting, when it comes to the training, yeah, I'll do that all day of the week. But as far as javelin throwing technique, not my forte. I know it, but not enough to do a video face-to-face like I normally do and explain it to you correctly. If you're here with me, working with me, or doing a video analysis, we're pretty good with that. If you're just wanting me to answer a question like I'm doing now, probably not going to happen. All right, next one. The Gene Isis says, how do I stop my momentum when I rotate in the shot? Because I don't want to stop it too much. Well, first of all, stopping your momentum when you rotate in the shot, I'm assuming you mean when you finish the throw. So stopping your momentum when you rotate in the shot, basically, we want to work on getting you a much better block. Now, a lot of times what seems to happen, especially with beginner to intermediate throwers, is that they have a great block with their lower body. They get full extension with both of their legs. For a right-handed thrower, let's talk left side. Great extension with that blocking leg, great stoppage with their hips, and their upper body just kind of falls over. Their upper body just kind of flails over, and there's no block with the blocking side of their upper body. So when you throw the shot, you need to make sure you block with your blocking arm. We like to talk, back in the day, it was, elbow the midget. We can't say that anymore. But one of the things I like to do is tell my athletes to punch themselves in the shoulder. So to take their arm, pull their elbow down, punch themselves in the shoulder. That's going to get the hand nice and tall, and the elbow from kind of falling over and over rotating and kind of falling out the front of that circle. So that's a great way to start, just by blocking a lot harder with the upper body. Once that shot's out of your hands and it's 10, 20 feet out there in the air, soaring to whatever distance it's going to soar to, then you can do whatever the heck you want. You can do a tap dance in the circle. You can spin around 5 times. who cares? Shots out of your hand, you followed through, you're good to go. So just make sure when you do push, pull that elbow in, punch yourself in the shoulder, boom, big follow through, flick your hand at the end. All right. 7, my name is 8. You guys have some weird names. 7, my name is 8. My senior year during outdoor, I started the season throwing like 38 to 39 and hit about 46 by the end of the season. With hard work and practice, anything is possible. Now, this was in response to a video I put out recently saying how much distance can you add in one season? How much distance can you add in 1 year? I get these questions all the time. I throw this far. Is it possible to throw this far by the end of the season? I don't know. I'm not your coach. I'm not with you every day, but I gave some guidelines to help you. And this person, 7, my name is 8, touches on a great thing. The number one thing you have to do is work hard. You have to have a plan, but then you have to work hard at that plan. If you set up a plan in place and then you just forget about it, well, that's not going to do the trick. That's not going to work too well. Ahmed Shabir says, I do shot put and discus. My championship is coming up. I'm asking, can you please make a video on what to eat for breakfast on the championship day, which has all the essential nutrients and stuff? Eat everything. Everything that you can get your hands on, especially at a big championship meet. It's not just what you eat for breakfast, it's what you eat during the day. So this used to happen a lot in college. In college, the first throwing event of the day is normally shot put. It happens first thing at the start of the track meet, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., whenever the meet begins. And the last event of the day is normally discus. After the hammer gets over, it's discus. So you typically will have like a 5 to 6 hour window while you're waiting for guys hammer, girls hammer, and sometimes girls discus to get over in the circle for you to go in there and throw. So plan your meals throughout the day. Don't eat a huge breakfast and then not have any plans for lunch or not have any plans for a snack before you throw discus. Eat healthy food, whole food, nutritious food. Don't eat crap. We've talked about going around the horseshoe of the supermarket before. Fruits and veggies, meat, cheese, dairy, breads, lunch meat, all the stuff that's on the other side as well. Peanut butters, nut butters, all that fun stuff. Yogurt. Eat that. Eat a lot of calories. What you eat that day does have a big impact on what you do that day. But you want to make sure that your health, your diet, your eating is always in line. Make sure you're always eating well. Make sure you're always getting in the right stuff, not just the morning before the championship. If you do that, you'll be all set. Last one is Vikram Parahu. Vikram and I always talk back and forth online. And he says, what are some exercises that we can do with med balls? Most of the ones I saw online consisted of ab exercises. Well, yes, when you go online, a lot of people use medicine balls for fitness. So they want the six-pack abs and all this other bullshit. Excuse my language. So they're going to have a lot of med ball exercises that you can do to, sculpt your core and all this other garbage. Lose body fat with med balls and all this other stuff I can get into in future videos if you'd like. But with medicine balls, you have to throw them. As a thrower, your number one thing to do with medicine balls are release the medicine ball. Grab a med ball that is just a little bit heavier and a little bit lighter than what you would use for your competition weight. And we want to do things like overhead throws for distance. So you're throwing behind your head. Overhead throws for height, so you're throwing as high as possible behind your head. Forward throws for distance, so you're kind of throwing it, watch my giant hands, throwing it out there as far as possible, throwing it in front of you for height as high as possible. Rotational throws over one shoulder, rotational throws over the other shoulder, and releases into a brick or cinder block wall. Please don't use drywall or your school's gym, or they might kill you. But just any type of sideways releases. Both sides, left and right. Throws, just pushing, throwing, back and forth, left and right. Use that heavy med ball to build a little bit of strength. Use the lighter med ball to build, explosive speed, power, things of that nature. If you don't have med balls, you can get some rocks, get some boulders, make some sandbags, get an old basketball or an old soccer ball, cut a hole in it, fill it with sand. Lots of stuff that you can do if you don't have medicine balls or resources at your fingertips. All right, so this is just a quick little Q&A session to answer some of those questions that, don't really warrant a big, long video. So I figured I'd group about 6 or 7 questions into this one video, help you guys out. So if you have questions, make sure email me, matt@primalatc.com, or what you can do is leave a comment below in the YouTube comment section. That comes right to me, and I will answer it for you in a future video. Talk to you soon.